Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn a new chapter in history, that is colonialism and tribal societies. So first we need to know the meaning of tribal societies. So what is a tribe? A tribe can be defined as people belonging to the same race, inhabiting a specific region of the country, using same language and practicing the same culture and religion. Means it is a group of people which has their own religion, who has their own specific language and specific region, and they live together and they have same occupation too. So this is tribe, and various tribes together makes a tribal society. And the branch of science which deals with the study of tribal culture and lifestyle is called anthropology. Now, as we are talking or we are learning history, so we need to know that in historic times what the British did to our tribal societies. As you know that India is a vast country and it was a golden sparrow in that time. So were the tribal societies. The tribal societies were well prosperous and self-sufficient groups of people, and they had their own land, they had their own culture and tradition which they respect a lot. But the new policies introduced by the British adversely affected the tribal people and tribal societies. So let's see what were the changes came in tribal societies and in their economies. The land settlement policies introduced by the British adversely affected the traditional joint ownership structure of the tribals and created unrest in their societies. The developmental activities like mining, laying of roads and railway tracks depleted the resources of tribals. The misery, uncertainty and poverty entered their lives. Landlords levied heavy taxes on them and restricted shifting cultivation, which they used to do as their main occupation or main work. And then one more change is there, that it brought an end to their barter economy system and it introduced new cash economy. With these changes, the tribal societies and the people living in the tribes were feeling humiliated, and they were not able to get what they were getting earlier in their own ownership and in their individualism. But this made them angry, and by this they started coming together and started revolts against the British. So let's see what were those revolts and how they took place. The first one is tribal revolts. Many tribal groups rose in revolt due to the exploitive policies of the British. Some of the noteworthy tribal protest movements were those of the Bhils in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra region, Kols in Bengal, Bihar and Odisha, the Mundas in Bihar and the Gonds in Odisha, the Khasis in Meghalaya and Santals in Bihar and Bengal. You know what, why this happened in the northeast region? Because the British had taken over the Bengal region and they wanted to lay out some roads, they wanted to construct railway tracks, as well as they wanted to furnish their own way of living or the facilities which they had in their country. They wanted to bring it here for their living or livelihood. So basically this made the localites angry and they started revolting against the British. Some of the tribes were there which started this initiative and they fought against the British. In this, the northeastern region of India came in the light for the first time. The tribal population is quite dominant in this region. Due to the continued oppression, many tribal communities stood in protest against the exploitation at the hands of British rulers. There were revolts, there were changes, so all of them come together or came together and stand or stood against the British and tried to make them run away. But as we all know, British believed in divide and rule, so they did so, and our tribe or the tribal people were not able to get what they were willing to. But somehow they got some privileges too after their immense dedication, and got some rules passed, like the Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act was passed by Munda rebellion, where Birsa Munda, one of the leader of Munda tribe, got the payback, or you can say got the result of his dedication. But the British did not stop. They somehow managed to defeat all the tribal people and forced them to work as landless labor in their own land or on their own land. This was quite humiliating for the tribal people who used to be very prosperous and was well to do, but now they had to work as the servant and they had to follow what British had said to them. So this was the chapter about the tribal society and culture. Basically, in a nutshell, I would say that the British oppressed the tribes and took all the things which were there in their hands and made tribal people their servant. Okay class, thank you.